Good morning. I don't know how well this will show on camera, but this is a business, and I don't know how it kind of sprouted up with weeds, and it looks really bad, nasty, so I'm surprised I didn't get a call on it. It's not on a set schedule, but I got to get it cleaned up, so don't know how much footage I'll get because I couldn't find my normal tripod thing, but I'll try to catch some. I don't know how much it shows on the camera, but there's a whole lot of feather in the deck that goes on here. You got this elephant tree has roots that just stick up. Well, it's up to my ankle, you know, and all over in here. I don't know how or if a guy could even do it with a stander, because I'm feathering from the 4-inch cut I'm doing all the way up to full transport and still rubbing on some of this. So to get a nice level top cut, you know, it isn't all being cut the same height, but in the end it looks like it's all, you know, cut. It's just, but it's all just trimmed off at the top to make it look level. But you can't cut it level and weed eat around every one of these roots that stick out on this. It would take you forever. All right, I'm gonna get back to work, but that's the advantage of having two lifts. Your left foot lift and right foot lift gives you more power to lift up, and you can lift on the fly as you're going. You can't tell after it's done that those areas where the roots are 6 or 8 inches high and the other areas are cut at 4 inches. It just looks cut. That's what you're looking for. To me, that's what I'm thinking. All right, I'm gonna get back to it. gotta burn out the bed's edge, blow off, all that good stuff. I'm not gonna bore you. I'll catch you later. All right, I just blew out the leaves into the danger zone so they can get mulched up a little better. Trying to keep the beds cleaned out a little bit. And then I'm gonna hit it with the 72. Yeah, some people say 72s are too big. I use them on everything unless there's a gate that I can't get through, and then a lot of times I don't take those yards. So I'll get this one cleaned up, on to the next one. These ones that I'm doing this morning are all, you know, businesses, and you try to get to them if you can before the people start showing up, so you aren't working around cars and disturbing office persons. All right, I'll get this done. I'll catch you later. Hey, you gotta get the schedule where you're doing the commercial stuff, and hopefully, like in this case, you showing up your first residential at 9, you've already got 5 down. So it makes for a better day on productivity. So she's gonna let me trim this off. It went in, but even if I back it out exactly the same way, it won't come back through. And then I'm going to top off these crepe myrtles for her. I can't believe I only got 5 more to go, and 4 of those are all together. And they're like a leaf chopping thing, which I don't like. I don't like dropping my deck down that low and ruining my blades and my deck and my bearings and my filters. But you know, you got some of those customers, so, but I'll switch out to the backup 72 to do that one. But first I've got to go do a 1 acre with this mower. All right, I'm getting started on this one. I'm not gonna get no videotape because I've been too long doing that, and I need to finish my route and take care of business issues. So I'll try to get an after shot of this. Catch you later. Yep, it turned out beautiful. This is not, you know, like a pristine lawn, but it's exactly what you want to do with a country lawn. This is an acre. Having the 72 makes it so much easier. And then up here where she's got some bahia, you know, I cross it both directions. And where she does have lawn, the rest of its weeds and leaves. And you know, like brushing hair, it's not the first stroke makes it look good, it's second stroke. So this little area where it's got bahias, I run a cross pattern on that to help it show better. And then down here, I was sometimes at some parts of the year you can skip some stuff. Usually I go through the middle of that area where the pine needles accumulate and stuff and chip it up, but I didn't really have to this time, so I was able to skip that part. All right, I'm on to the next one. I think I got, actually more got added, so I still got 5, I think, yet to do today. All right, catch you later. So I had to come home, do the midday change out, switch from coffee to water, get salty, take my potassium, which is the no salt, and take my sodium, which is the pink Himalayan rock salt, and at night I do the magnesium. And I had to get this mower because I need a setup that's a magical setup. Blades sharp enough to cut a few weeds and dull enough to mow sand. So, and I gotta go refuel for a second time today. But that's, I guess, the nature of the beginning of the season, and is the load of ridiculous stuff in the back of my truck. But it's something you gotta deal with. The season's gotta start sometime, and it's here right now for us anyway. So I gotta get busy. Catch you later. Yeah, I finished that all up. It's I don't even know how many acres. That house, that empty lot, that house, the next house, and that house over there. Oh, I'm pointing the camera the wrong direction. Anyway, the problem is that the middle yard there is nothing but water oaks, and he wants it mulched up. Well, there's grass here and there too, so somehow you got to have the magic combination of having blades sharp enough to cut grass but dull enough to mow sand, and still be sharp enough to cut grass. And I have not figured out the physics of that yet. But you know, even though I wore my mask, and I use a motocross type mask from from a dirt bike shop, I can't breathe. I mean, it's just, well, this was the last 5 yards, thank God for the day. But it's not just me. If I'm choking to death and everything, then my mower's choking to death. And so that's a $13 filter, needs to be changed. And if you don't change them, the engine can build enough vacuum to pull the pan seal in, and then you got to basically pull the motor and pull the pan off and reseal it. So that's why you want to change your air filters. So I really don't like doing these kinds of yards. I mean, they're hideous. Let me flip the camera around. And I don't know exactly how to handle it, because they made it even worse in that before I was able to move the leaves by passing and back passing, keeping my discharge same direction. So I didn't have to get them chipped up so fine, because I was chipping them as I was pushing them to the naturescaped area. But today they laid a new restriction on me that she don't want them in the beds, what she calls beds. So now there's no place to move the leaves to. So if I just mow over them one pass without, here's what you gotta understand. When you got the door closed, the quick shoot, you're not gonna pull up as much. So you can mow back and forth over it. If you ain't got no place to throw it, you have to have the chute closed. Okay. When your chute's closed, you ain't gonna pull as much up out of the soil, and when you get done, it looks like you did nothing. So it's a bad enough scenario trying to mow, you know, and it's ruining my mower. Look at the damn thing. It's sandblasting holes through the bottom of the deck, eats the blades, bearings, everything. So, not liking that. I've done it for years for the guy, but it's just becoming something I don't want to do. I've been dreading doing these yards all day. All right, I'm gonna try to get finished up here. I still got to weed whack a little bit and blow off a little bit. But yeah, it's got me choked up, even with the mask. I can't even breathe now. Got so much dust in me. All right, y'all have a good one.